So I just saw the Emoji Movie. It was everything I expected it to be, and more. It was, obviously, an awful piece of human filth. It was it was definitely the worst animated film I've ever seen. It might be the worst, don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen, although it's certainly up there. Howard the Duck, it's pretty close to that, but Emoji Movie, it was, where do I start? Oh, well, I'm going to say this, that I went into a movie theater with my friend, and we both paid money. So we had to walk in there. We had to tell the ticket teller what movie we wanted to see, and we had to give money to watch the Emoji Movie. And then it got even better. Then we sat down, very front row. There were actually people in the theater. Don't know why. There were people in the theater. There were some children, a few adults who I guess who were dragged to the theater. Because, let me tell you, this movie was awful. This was me and my friend. Okay, this was me and my friend for the entire movie. We gotta get out of this place. Okay, yeah, it's an awful. I could have edited that in, but I'm too lazy to edit. So, yeah, this movie is also very lazy. This movie is very unoriginal. It's essentially Wreck-It Ralph, Inside Out, Toy Story, every one of them. But what do all those movies have in common? Those people actually tried. The Emoji Movie, no, they can't try. They can't try. They don't want to try. This movie it's everything that all the YouTubers are saying. It is awful. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's probably the worst I've ever seen. Let's get into the characters. Okay, so we have Gene. He's the main kind of emoji, and he has a problem. So, yeah, he got a problem. He can't show the right face during the movie, and he can't make the right. He can show other faces, but in this world, everyone else they can only show one face, and if they show more than one face, that's a big no-no. Can't do that. But the Emoji Movie, man, it's awful. It's yeah. But wanna know? Wanna know? So, wanna know what the Guess what? So the emoji has parents. Yeah, emojis can have kids now, I guess. They have parents. And Gene's father, I forgot his name. He's boring, bland, and forgettable. Every single character in this movie is. Everyone is a ripoff of someone. Gene is a ripoff of He's a ripoff of Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. He's a ripoff of everyone. He's a stereotypical no one. Okay. And the thing is, the actors were actually good. Like, the actors, there were talented people working on it. I don't know why they decided to work on it, but they did. Like, this movie has great actors working on it. It has Patrick Stewart as Poop. That's the best thing I can say about this movie. He didn't have anything funny to do. None of this movie was funny, but I can at least say that. Patrick Stewart played Poop. But let's go back to the emoji's parents. So, Gene, his parents, who are also emojis, and the father also has his ability. So I guess it's like a metaphor for like either multiple personality disorder or autism, probably both. But who came up with the idea for this movie? Who was asking for? Oh yeah, we should get an emoji movie. The kids use them, right? It's awful. And I'm reviewing this outside because why not? I just saw it. Yeah, my brain is like, there's a whole subplot given to the parents about whether or not mom meh and dad meh are gonna split up. This is where we're at. A movie about emojis on your phone. Like, there's nothing funny with it. Nothing funny at all. And the human characters, they're awful. I remember, what was his name? I think his name was Alex. He's having girl drama, and he gets a text from some girl who, I guess, got his number somehow. And, Jesus. And, like, he sends the wrong, and, like, he's trying to send an emoji, but the gene, he makes the wrong face and basically causes an emoji 9/11 and trashes the whole place, causing him to want to erase his phone. So they have a kind of a, I guess, a somewhat sense of urgency. I don't know, so they have to get off the phone to go get to Dropbox where they can get to iCloud. One of the most important things about this movie is that they have to get to Dropbox. They have to get to Dropbox. And they go through a bunch of other apps for the movie. They go through Candy Crush. No one who uses it. They go into the Just Dance app. They go in. Jesus. There's also a feminism subplot of like the Jailbreak. That's her name. Don't know why, but Jesus. Like, there's a whole feminism subplot with her own. Like, she used to be an emoji who left because she was sick of being stereotyped. And this movie, it's just awful. It was everything everyone thought it would be, and worse. Everyone knew this was going to be awful, and they were completely right. This movie was an awful piece of human filth. And people agree. And they canceled a Popeye movie for this. Yeah, everyone remembers the spinach eating Popeye? Yeah, they canceled a movie about him for the Emoji Movie. That movie, just on concept alone, would be a better movie than this. Jesus. Like, they have to go to a piracy app, which what kid has a piracy app on their phone? And that's where they meet Jailbreak, and it's basically a discount Mos Eisley Cantina, except not at all. Jesus, it's awful. Like, it's everything that I thought it would be. And they're attacked by little bots, I guess, which I guess are like cops in this universe, and they were like little, like, actual, like, trolls, and I guess they were supposed to represent internet trolls, which, it's, Jesus, this movie was completely awful, and then go through, and there's a whole love subplot too with Jill. That is a stupid name. I'm gonna call blue-haired emo fag. That's her name. Yeah, and of course the hilarious moments in the trailer that everyone saw. Yeah, those are not hilarious at all. None of them. All the jokes fall flat on their face, like Mitt Romney in the 2012 election. And Jesus, like, why? The villain is also boring and bland. They're awful. The best thing I can say about movie, I guess, is the acting. The acting was good, I guess. Jesus. The acting, yeah, it's hard to screw up voice acting nowadays, I guess, but Jesus, this is just an awful piece of trash, and I don't have words to describe this. Jesus, this is awful. The way this movie concludes, too, which, okay, so, like, they get back to the place, but, like, he texts, like, they text Addie, his crush, I guess that's her, I'm pretty sure that's her name. Like, they text her, and, like, while his phone is being deleted, and he makes a bunch of emojis, and that makes him realize his phone is fixed, I guess, and they go to the school dance. So, and that makes everything go back to normal, and now he's popular, and yay, he fits in for being different in this movie. This movie the movie was just awful. This, I don't know why. I don't know why they made this. There are so many little details that I just hate about it. No, they go to the YouTube app, and you know what video do they use to represent YouTube? They don't use anything. They use the pineapple apple. They use PPAP. They use that. They don't use any video that would actually, kind of be clever. They don't use anything. They just use that. Who came up with it? Why did they make this? Why did they make? I would be shouting right now, but my neighbor's outside with his dogs, and I'm not an asshole like the people who made this movie. So I might have to do an in-depth guide for this. I just might, but I mean, yeah. And this movie's getting panned by critics, and it deserves every bit of it. It is. If you've seen the Lego Movie, Inside Out, Wreck-It Ralph, Toy Story, any animated kids film that's better than this, then you've seen this movie. It's an awful piece of human garbage. So, and I spent money to see it. And one of the lines in the movie, okay, I'm going to say a few lines from the movie. One of the lines is, "Poop, you're so soft." There's another line that very early on in the movie, Gene, the main emoji, he says that emojis are the most important form of communication. That not actual language, not the iPhone, not telephones in general, but emojis. That's the most important form of human communication, guys. And this movie, the fact that it was made is just a sin against humanity. This movie